Greetings, Oregon Trio Association. It is Matt Biesick once again with a mid-month update for September. First and foremost, I want to start again just by drawing attention to our calendar we have for the 24-25 academic year, and also highlighting that we've added a date on there. There was a pre-college mock trial event taking place in Portland at Lewis and Clark College. The date was to be determined. We now have locked in for Saturday, March 8th. If you're a program that would like to send high school or middle school students, you just have to let me know and let me know how many students you anticipate bringing. We do have a cap of how many we can accommodate, so first come, first serve right now, and we'd love to fill this up, and it's an amazing opportunity. The Oregon Bar Association brings in lawyers, judges, law students, and they facilitate a full day event to simulate a mock trial for our students, and it's a great experience. We have to do almost nothing. They provide lunch, they provide all the programming, they just want to work with our students. So that is our role in this, is bringing them together. So if you have any interest, reach out and let me know, or let me know that you definitely want to bring some students and I'll reserve your spots. For scholarship due dates, first I want to highlight Last Mile Scholarship. Winter term due date is November 15th. So a ways away, but winter funding, you can start helping students apply for that. The college study abroad program is end of October. October 31st is going to be the due date to submit if you have a college student doing a study abroad program to win a $1,500 flight scholarship. If you're a pre-college and you want one of your students to do one of the CIEE summer abroad programs, the actual due date is January 15th to complete their Global Navigator scholarship program to be able to get potentially up to full tuition ride with that. By going through our website, you also are eligible to get one of our flight scholarships so we can support Oregon Trio students going on those opportunities all over the world. If you have a student who is more of a go-getter, November 15th is the early bird deadline. All students who complete an application by November 15th get put in a pool from CIEE to potentially get flight scholarships. So the earlier you can do it, the higher you're increasing your likelihood of having your flights paid for these programs. Lastly, I want to just draw some attention. We are doing our student referral program again. So if one of your current students helps bring in new applications, new students in your TRIO program, you can complete our simple form where you can nominate them. Students can be nominated as many times for as many students as they help bring in applications for. And at the end of March, it's going to be the due date. At our conference in Bend this year is when we'll do the drawing, and that student can win $1,000. So we're trying to incentivize our students to help us in recruiting into our program. Because we are in a new academic year, it is also that time again where you can request your unallowable cost funds. The unallowable cost funds, once again, it's $1,000 per TRIO grant, and OTA can help purchase things that typically are not allowable with your grant funds. There's a simple form on the website to get in contact with me and start that process, with the idea being kind of avoiding your business office and simplifying things so you can get those extra supplies or resources or staff support, swag that you want to help run a good program. There's been some communication on the listserv, but I want to just draw attention to it here that the serving undocumented students, our whole P3 waiver thing, we got our clarifications from the U.S. Department of Education, and there is no age limit. That despite them defining priority populations as 14 to 24, as it relates to our citizenship waiver, there is no age restrictions. Additionally, any students who are enrolled prior to the end of this waiver, you can continue to serve throughout the length of time they're in your program. You will not need to drop them once the waiver expires. So all the news we are hoping to hear, and what I want to know is which programs out there are serving undocumented students. I've heard that maybe some of the upper bounds of McNair's, because there's direct stipends involved, and we are not supposed to give undocumented students stipends, and those tend to be smaller programs too. Maybe that you are not looking to serve undocumented students. But for everybody else, I want to know, yes or no, are you serving undocumented students? This goes to some of our partner organizations as well. Zach Jones, former TRIO director who works with Ford Family Foundation as one of their advisors, reached out even on behalf of Ford Family and just goes, hey, we work with some undocumented students and we want to know that if they're at one of these institutions, at a college, community college, can they go and enroll in the TRIO program if they don't have citizenship. So I would love to be able to tell people distinctly which programs, yes or no, are going to be serving students, or at least plan on implementing it at some point in this academic year now that we have those clarifications. So in the email update, there's going to be, again, very simple form. Just need you to indicate which institution you're at, which TRIO program you are, and it's a yes, no, or plan to implement. Are you serving undocumented students? That's what we want to know, just so we can be clear with our community partners and make sure that students who are looking to get our services can enroll and make sure that your program can serve them. Additionally, in October 24th, there's going to be some additional invites. We sent a few of them out for our monthly professional development series. There's a couple more where the invites hadn't got out yet, but this one is coming. And on October 24th, we're going to be doing a specific call around serving undocumented students. Not only talking about how we're implementing this in our programs, but have some folks there who can provide some insight on the best way to serve these communities and work and try to bridge the gap where typically they don't get federal resources or cannot participate in federal programs. We want to make sure we're being intentional about how we're reaching out to undocumented families in efforts to provide them our TRIO services. So if you attend that call, we're looking to have information on that. We'll record it and make that available as well. Next, the OTA compensation survey. I've gotten a decent amount of feedback, but I just want to keep reminding folks that if you have not completed this yet, I would love to get information. Even if you just have a minimal amount of information that you can provide, I would love to just have a holistic snapshot of what compensation looks like for TRIO professionals throughout Oregon, so that way we can put together reports and give those folks who are trying to negotiate with their institution for better wages, for better benefits, give them some comparative data that's localized so they can use that to help get a more suitable environment for their staff. All the information is going to be kept private. Really only my eyes that's going to see it, and then we're going to aggregate all of the information and data so that way nobody's individual salary information is being posted. I'm going to keep reminding folks for a little bit, all of our professional development calls, including the weekly connection calls. I guess it's monthly. Every program, Upper Bound, Township, SSS, McNair have monthly connection calls. For every one of these that you attend, we are basically giving you a raffle ticket digitally. And at the end of the month, we are going to be drawing one name from a TRIO professional who's been attending our calls, and they're going to get $100 in unallowable funds to use for their program, their students, TRIO swag for themselves, whatever it is they want. So just trying to incentivize, encourage you all to attend those and not only gain the information we have to present, but also just create a more larger community for connecting with your peers and sharing best practices and all those wonderful things. One cool thing that we've been doing since Robin joined is we've been doing a monthly onboarding call for all new TRIO staff. And as part of that, there is a document that we have that's just for like OTA and TRIO onboarding. Part of this document is links to like every single thing OTA does, as well as a bunch of other resources regionally, nationally, and just like TRIO specific laws, important information. And there's no reason this can't be just a publicly viewable link. So in the email attached to this video, you will see a shareable view-only doc that has our like onboarding information, including all those links. Please feel free to use this within your programs. Keep it tabbed. It can be a great like quick glance, one-stop shop for kind of all things, TRIO outside of your specific program. If you can think of anything that is missing, we'd love to hear about it. We want to add to it, make it a living document, make sure that this can be just an all-encompassing actual onboarding document. And also feel free to use this with your staff or even add to it to put your own program-specific elements on top of what we've already used here. Last but not least, if you do have new staff, once again, please let myself know, let Robin know. We can get them on the listserv, invite them to that call, make sure that they get connected. We're trying to put together, mentoring and peer opportunities to just talk with more experienced individuals. So just, nothing too formal, but just making sure that folks feel welcomed and feel like they have a web of resources to reach out to as they're starting to do this wonderful TRIO work. With that, I do not have any additional updates. Looking forward to seeing everybody who can come up to the NAMP conference in Alaska. But I'll have another one of these videos coming out at the beginning of October. So until then, everybody stay well and have a wonderful beginning of your fall. Take care.